Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of that technical machine devolution either, but over on Daniel's side, again, nothing too bad. So a lot to work with as our players are now ready to kick off. And here it is, fist bump. This is our Swiss round 8, our final Swiss round of our Stuttgart Regional Championships here. Both players looking to try and push themselves far into phase 2.
Yeah, final round of phase 1, we should say.
Sorry,
yes.
Yeah, got ahead of myself.
Yeah, plenty of Swiss rounds still to go after this one, but so this is the last Swiss round of phase 1, and so after this, we will be going to phase 2. But for now, let's see how the setup goes. We have Aaron going first with an okay setup, it looks like. Got a Earthen Vessel to go ahead and get a couple of energy from the deck. A Rolts down, definitely going to want to see that. Why don't you take us through how this Gardevoird Jellicent deck wants to set up, Alex?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fantastic ability on that Gardevoird EX. Once we get up to the Gardevoird, of course, has that Psychic Embrace ability, which allows you to accelerate energy from your discard pile. So the key thing is to try and get those energies into the discard pile as soon as possible. Can take a bit of time to get there, and what generally helps is actually utilizing things like that Frillish, using things like that Jellicent EX to slow down your opponent's side, utilizing those item locks, Oceanic Gloom from Frillish as an attack, or Oceanic Curse as an ability from Jellicent. And from then onwards, you're utilizing Monkey Dories, because you, as part of Psychic Embrace, you're getting damage counters on your board state, and you're actually then able to fling over that damage counters over using Monkey Dories Adrenaline Brain and really just start setting up multiple knockouts or sort of key bigger knockouts from your opponent's side of the board.
Yeah, the synergy really here is between the fact that Psychic Embrace accelerates energy, which is what you want to power up attacks, but you turn that disadvantage, quote unquote, of putting damage counters on yourself into an advantage, either to, as you mentioned, fling the damage over a Monkey Dory with Adrenaline Brain, which very timely hits the bench, or putting damage onto your Screen Tail and Drifloon so that those two attackers can do big damage as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's then a passover. Aaron does have a Lily's Determination in hand, I'm pretty sure I saw. And Daniel here has drawn a card for his turn. He's just kind of helping to make sure, of course, he shuffles up or cuts his opponent's deck. You do have the opportunity to do so when your opponent has gone through the deck. And now there's an opportunity here for Daniel to either try and work out what's in his prizes with this Fighting Gong, but Freya, I think, as a Gholdengo enjoyer, run us through this deck.
Gladly. So this is one of those like linear strategy decks that is aiming to do something very, very simple. You want to draw through the deck as quickly as possible with all the means that you have. So one way to do that will be with that Lunar Tone with the Lunar Cycle ability. Lets you discard a fighting energy from your hand to draw 3 cards as long as you have a Soul Rock out. And then you power through with that. You get into you evolve up your Gimme Ghoul into Gholdengo EX, which has its own ability to draw cards. It draws just once per turn, 1 card if it's on the bench or 2 cards if it's in the active. And then its main attack, Make It Rain for 1 metal energy, discard any number of basic energy cards from your hand and do 50 damage for each one. So you draw for your deck, you build up the energy in your hand and the discard pile with the multiple abilities. You can get them back with superior energy retrieval and go for big one-hit knockouts.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for running us through that whole deck, Freya. I mean, this is going to be one of those key things, and this is why we also highlighted throughout sort of today, maybe even earlier today as well, that Soul Rock Lunatone combo, just being able to help the addition of drawing even more cards than what it already can, but also just having a kind of very efficient attacker in Soul Rock.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one bit I didn't mention, of course. This is something that Gholdengo didn't really have access to before, but now it does. Not only do you have the new Lunar Cycle ability to draw cards with the Lunatone, but the Soul Rock also has a great attack, as you mentioned. It does 70 damage for a single fighting energy, as long as you have to have a Lunatone out to do it, but you want both out anyway. And then that 70 damage, not only is it very efficient with 1 energy, but it punches through weakness and resistance. So even something like the fighting resistant Rolts, if it's 70 HP, it will get killed by a Soul Rock.
Yeah, one of the good things that Aaron has in the active, though, is that Frillish. It's one of those few Pokemon who doesn't have 70 HP. It actually has 80. It's a pretty tanky sort of jellyfish there, just in the ag spot. Yep.
Here comes the, okay, no. I might have just cut myself off there.
Well, we'll give it a chance, Secret box here.
Okay, Secret box, yeah, that's was that an arm? Oh, arm to grab to okay, and then it's going to go ahead. So there is the one tool that the Gholdengo deck most often, almost always plays to kind of get over that hump, and that is the Vitality Band. Just makes the Pokemon it's attached to do 10 extra damage, but that fixes the math so much. It means you can KO Frillish. It means that sometimes, say, if you're 10 over a multiple of 50, you need 1 less energy to get the knockout. So it's a great math fixer for the deck, and it's going to fix the math beautifully to KO this Frillish if Daniel can get the Soul Rock into the active with an energy and the Vitality Band.
Well, we're already seeing the the air balloon grab from the Arven. So here comes a secret box. Does have to discard a couple of awkward pieces. I mean, a Gholdengo and another, that looks like an Arven going down again there. But with that secret box, the ace choice of spec. Oh, ace choice of spec.
Ace choice of spec.
Wow, that was incredible.
Spectacular.
The ace spec of choice. Discard any free cards from your hand, but it allows you to grab a tool card, an item card, a stadium, and another supporter. So giving up a supporter there is not really a concern, as it looks like just kind of deliberating exactly is, but as you've carefully picked out there, the Artisan alongside that Vitality Band and another Arven for the next turn as well. So I imagine we could see a massive punch into that Frillish here. Artisan being utilized first allows you to grab any basic Pokemon without a rule box and place it onto your bench.
Yeah, this is really, really poignant for Daniel to be able to find this because, I mean, sure, carrying Rolts is great because that means you can't evolve into Gardevoird, but the way that Daniel is going to lose against Aaron is if Aaron is consistently able to maintain an item lock either with Frillish or Jellicent, and then Daniel can't use any items to get back his energy. If you deal with the Frillish now, it's going to take at least some effort for Aaron to establish it again.
So we saw Daniel now get a Nest Ball and grab a Genesect EX. He's not actually representing a single prize board, Freya. Is it much of an issue right now?
No, I don't think so, because this isn't against some decks would be an issue, but against Gardevoird, that you don't really, you're actually acknowledging the bigger risk here, which is getting Ionode, and the Genesect with its ability, Metallic Signal, lets you get Gholdengo out of the deck, and that's the much bigger risk here. So actually very sensible from Daniel, I think.
Yeah, also benches that Mega Marwa EX, but there is that massive first prize being taken in this Swiss round 8. Game 1 here, Cosmic Beam dealing 80 damage because of that Vitality Band, and it's back over to Aaron for his turn 2.
Yeah, his turn 2, and this is really where he wants to establish another Frillish, but he just has to commit to the Rolts and go for the lead's determination. We'll draw 8 cards here, but you really want to try and get that Frillish back online.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where it's useful at the start of the game, mid-game, late game. It's such a useful way to try and slow down your opponent's board state. But, you know, considering Daniel hasn't been able to needed to use anything, those key resources like the superior energy retrievals yet, maybe saving it for mid to late game may be a bit more important for the time being, as we just want to stabilize the board. We want to get the right things live, active. We want to get those energy cards in the discard. Currently is 2 in the discard right now, 1 attached to the active. 8 cards here from the Lily. Let's see what you're working with here. It does find a dark energy, a couple, oh, actually no, another psychic energy it looks like.
Yeah, Psychic Dark Artisan, is that a Bravery Charm found as well, but not really any way to set up what Pokemon. That's what Aaron would have really wanted.
Yeah, that's the only unfortunate scenario here, is playing quote-unquote the more, what many people are saying as a kind of turbo build. You're not using Technical Machine Evolution in your list. You're utilizing the Lily's Determination, draw as many cards, get the rare candy, evolve into the Gardevoird EXs. Here is a flip the script though.
Oh, and that's a very big find out to flip the script. Finds a secret box. That's absolutely what Aaron would have wanted to see.
Yes, again, just matching Daniel's turn here, using that A-Spec, discarding 3 cards, easy discard of the Psychic Energy and the Artisan, because there's already 1 in play.
Yep, so don't need to leave that 1 in hand, but then it's just this last discard. I guess it could be the Jellicent here, just because you can't really use it to evolve from anything right now.
And you have Super Rod in hand, so you can try and push it back afterwards. You'll kind of want to look after that Gardevoird EX, but I guess it's just working out. It does have Night Stretcher, yeah. So I guess there's a few different options to work around this spot.
So the Gardevoird EX is actually an interesting choice because, okay, obviously not to go for it, but there is a world in which, in theory, discarding a Gardevoird EX actually gives you more outs to Gardevoird, because it means that if you get disrupted, a Night Stretcher could also become 1.
Yeah, but when you're just secret boxing for rare candy anyway, you're never going to evolve up. If you pitch away the Gardevoird EX, you're just going to Night Stretcher it back. So let's just remove that extra turn or step as we grab the Mystery Garden. Stadium, as well as another opportunity to draw additional further cards alongside a Bravery Charm and a Lily's Determination for a future turn.
Yeah, that beautiful, the full art Mystery Garden, of course. It really, like the sort of the new direction that with these full art stadiums, they're not all gold anymore. The gold one's also nice, don't get me wrong, but that full art Mystery Garden is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, there we go. It looks like just confirmation, because I don't think he has necessarily used the Artisan as of yet.
Not yet.
But it was a little tilted from what Daniel had on his turn, so it looks like he's just utilizing it now. It's just eyeing up that Drifloon for the moment. Typically a card you would see come down a little bit later on. Here comes, or maybe even a Frillish again, as you already mentioned, Freya, and just try and get that item lock sort of back online again. Or not again for the first time, I should say.
I mean, the only problem here is, of course, because you were talking about maybe Frillish could be better in the middle late game, and I can kind of agree in the sense that you know, this Frillish is going to get KO'd by this Solrock unless you could put a Bravery Charm on it. And maybe that's what Aaron is thinking here, because then that way 8 damage would be enough. There's a Red Candy Gardevoird as well.
Yeah, there you go, to the active. So now it just needs the Psychic Embrace to the active to maneuver it out of the active spot. We'll get some damage counters online, on the board, ready to play with at some stage as well. I just need to get confirmation whether that energy attachment was already committed to the active, so can't get a Dark Energy onto the Monkey Dory. So there it is, Psychic Embrace.
A little bit unfortunate, yeah, but indeed there was a Psychic Energy attached just before delayed determination, so that is correct. We'll have to Psychic Embrace one time to retreat, but then Psychic Embrace again. And yeah, with the Bravery Charm, that does mean that Daniel Magda will need to find something like a Premium Power Pro to get a knockout, but he's going to get item locked, so that's not viable anyway. And it doesn't even play it?
No, it doesn't play a copy.
Ignore me then. So it's impossible no matter what.
Well, there you go. So the Frillish in the active spot, that 50 extra HP from that Bravery Charm, taking it to 130 minus 20 from this Psychic Embrace to the active, but does mean we can start item locking your opponent, and they're just trying to weave in the right Pokemon when you need to at this point. As it is just confirmed. Yep, there you go, the attachment to Gardevoird. There is the attack. Solrock and Daniel Magda is currently item locked.
Yeah, and that's going to put a real stopper on him. Although, having said that, did have the 2 Gholdengo in hand already from the Metallic Signal the previous turn. We'll be able to use that ability again this turn to fin 2 more, or I guess maybe just 1 more out of the deck. And we'll be able to go ahead and just draw a bunch of cards here. Hopefully you find something that isn't an item. Yeah,
I mean, it's just one of those things where you can still be fairly efficient with what you're doing, right? I mean, you still got the Solrock in the active spot. I mean, swinging away isn't ideal. Don't want to pitch away too many energy cards with that Lunatone ability at the moment anyway, because sometimes you might need those energies to actually start swinging away against this Frillish on. Both coin bonuses used. There is the Lunatone ability being used as well. Luna cycle to discard a fighting and draw 3 additional cards. So let's just see how...
sort of drawing through those cards just a little bit more slowly, just debating what the best way to approach this is. There is a Boss's Orders in hand. I am wondering, is it a viable move just to go after this Ralts here? I mean, if you take it out, it means that then 1 Boss's Orders KO on a Gardevoird, and there's no more energy acceleration for Aaron, so that might be an opportunity to take it out before it becomes harder to knock out. And it goes well with your prize map too, because you've already taken 1 prize, you take 1 more, and then you're back on even.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's probably going to be key if we're able to utilize that Boss's Orders, as you just mentioned there, Freya. So let's just look. Always going to go down the Arvin route for the moment here. Maybe just kind of slow the game down, or slow his progress down for the second. Let's just see what pieces he's actually really after. Does grab the Buddy Poffin, which isn't playable, of course, because of that Frillish attack for the moment.
Yes, and with that, I mean, I think there's only 1 more Air Balloon left in the deck, right? Or is he only playing 1? No, there's 2, but there's 1 on the field, and he didn't grab a tool there, so I guess the other Air Balloon must be in the hand?
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe not accessible, but it's fine for the moment. Let's just see how Daniel can play this out. Yeah, you did. I think you did just see it in hand as well, right?
Yep. So that's it. It's playing in Arvin for a card isn't that great. But straight away evolving into the Jellicent.
Yeah. So now an ability item lock and tool card lock is in place now with Oceanic Curse from that Jellicent EX. Does, of course, require a few more energies to be able to actually start swinging away for some more relevant damage. I guess Power Press can, with a Monkey Dory tick, could knock out this Solrock quite easily if you don't want to put too much energies with Psychic Embrace on it. But yeah, Aaron right now just saying, well, I've got Oceanic Curse. Maybe that's why Daniel didn't want to utilize the Boss's Orders, because to get out of Oceanic Curse, you can Boss's Orders out of it.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And of course, Daniel, I believe, is only playing the 3 copies of Boss's... Oh no, he's playing the full complement of 4?
Okay.
4, right, of course. Not playing the Prime Catcher, so wanted to make sure you have access to 4 gusting options. And of course, those are 4 gusting options that actually work against Jellicent, unlike Prime Catcher. So very good that he's playing the full 4 copies there. Oh, Bravery Charm onto the Drifloon is big.
Yeah, we're making that balloon a little bit bigger, at least for the moment. So we've got our big sort of attacking threat on the board right now. I mean, Jellicent's in the active spot. It does mean we typically have to actually get loads more Psychic Embrace onto it as well to even consider retreating. Does have a free retreat cost on it at the moment, but that is one way to maneuver. If we can also weave in something like a Boss's Orders of your own or a counter catcher, we currently play 1 of each of those in Aaron's list. As Arvin has been piloted, Earthen Vessel being eyed up here. And here we go, just kind of pitching away one of those other key cards I mean, some of those cards are actually quite good. I don't know which one you want to really pitch away. I love the Super Rod.
I mean, I think the Dark Energy is fine, right? Because then, in a worst-case scenario, you can just Super Rod it back if you want to establish on a Monkey Dory. But there's only one Monkey Dory on the field, so you don't need it this turn.
Yeah, such an incredible call out, and that's correct. He has pitched away. did have the energies already eyed up at the top of the deck. That's why it looked like it was so seamless there. But yeah, the Earthen Vessel.
Hold on a second. Yeah.
Earthen Vessel pitching away a Dark Energy to grab 2 Psychics. So we've got some more energies to play with here. Doesn't have a way to discard them, but can utilize it as an attachment if we haven't attached already. We have attached to the Monkey Dory though already, that Dark. So Mystery Garden gives us a way to draw more cards, which is kind of cool. Maybe Mystery Garden first.
You can Mystery Garden first, or you could also Super Rod first, just to get one more card out of hand. But no, going to go for it now. Going to be able to draw 2 cards from that, given that there's 5 Psychic Pokemon out. Finds a Night Stretcher and a Mew EX. Not going to be very helpful right now.
So yeah, just deliberating now where we can put that Adrenabrain damage onto. Of course, Power Press right now won't necessarily knock out the Soul Rock without actually moving some damage across, because it's dealing 80 damage. Does stick on a 3rd energy. Is going to be retreating.
Oh, okay.
Into the Monkey Dory.
I guess, are we seeing a Mind Bend angle here? I guess we must be.
Mind Bend. Here we go. Kind of an interesting way. Just kind of showcasing we're using Adrenabrain as well. Mind Bend onto the active, so now it's down to 60 HP, and there's a Mind Bend for 60 damage. First prize, I should say, for Aaron taken now, kind of evening up the prize race. Daniel here has an opportunity, maybe, to find the right cards and maybe take a pretty big knockout on not just a single prizer.
Yeah, so I guess that to me telegraphs from Aaron's side that he really, really values getting the Soul Rock off the board. He just wanted it gone now, but of course the kind of trade-off for that is that it does mean that Daniel Handa has an opportunity to play items, draw a bunch of cards, and as you said, get enough energy in the hand to KO one of these big EXs. You could go, for the Jellicent, so that's all ready to go, or you could even just KO this Gardevoird and deny their energy acceleration.
Man, you got that Pheasantipity there still as well. There's free targets, so let's just see the direction. I mean, considering Gardevoird right now has 20 damage counters on it, so that could have been one way to kind of put it back over the 300. It's only needing 6 energies to knock it out right now, for example. But let's just see how Daniel plays this out. He has already coin bonus that one with the air balloon on it and then retreated to the other Gholdengo EX. Does get another Gimme Ghoul down now onto the bench.
With a buddy popping.
Oh, yeah, yeah, exactly that.
And he had to look through the deck just to see how much energy he has left, and he's going to be counting this very meticulously to make sure he can pull this off. We know that the boss's orders is in hand because the hand wasn't disrupted. So here we go, the Earthen Vessel, going to be grabbing a couple energy from that. I think he's got it all to put together. I think he's able to do it.
Yeah, I wonder what he's going to be eyeing up, because if we take out the Jellicent, once we've got the energies into the hand, that's one way to kind of get the item lock off the board, like completely, unless Aaron goes for a route to get another finish down. There's the energy attachment to even use Make It Rain. Boss's orders on the Drifloon, targeting the attacker.
This is something I didn't even consider, but honestly, I like this a lot. Drifloon is one of the few things that can actually knock out a Gholdengo EX in one hit. So take it out and get yourself back onto an even prize map. This is super smart from Daniel.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, also removes one of those other Bravery Charms in play, because we've already seen one utilized on the Frillish and now not currently live on the Jellicent EX. But then there's no more sort of big Bravery Charms that are available right now. So therefore, as a big attacker, not quite available for Aaron. But, and as you've already mentioned, Fred, does bring back the prize race to now just going for 2 of those 2 prizes, and that would essentially give Daniel the win. I mean, Aaron could technically still win in 2 attacks. That Mega Marwile EX sitting pretty on the bench.
Yeah, it's sitting pretty, and it is worth 3 prize cards, but it is also, a bit of a chonker, so it's going to be a little bit hard to deal with, especially given that Daniel just knocked out Drifloon, which is probably the thing that's most likely to be able to knock it out in 1 hit.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's just see the direction that Aaron takes here. Do get the Night Stretcher. It looks like bringing the Drifloon back to hand for the moment.
So how many Bravery Charm does Aaron play? Is it 2 or it's 3? Okay, so that means that Drifloon is going to be capped now at 180 damage.
Yeah, that's something we want to always highlight, because it's, but typically you have damage manipulation because you have Monkey Dories as a way to kind of increase the amount that you're dealing with. Even with 2 Monkey Dories, you don't have the bench space for it, but that would be pushing up to 240. And that's still not enough for Gholdengo EX. As we do get a Lily's Determination, you have taken a prize now, Aaron, so you are going to be drawing 6 cards from this Lily's Determination, a great inclusion to these Stage 2 archetypes. especially some of the slower ones where you don't often take too many prizes too early, you can always seem to draw up to 8 and maybe burst into one of your key attackers.
Yeah. Now, I think I need to kind of do like a little bit of self-correction here. Earlier, I was talking about how maybe you could target this Jellicent or maybe you could target this Gardevoird. Gardevoird could be one thing, but you can reestablish it with the roles that's there. With the Jellicent, I actually think Daniel would prefer that this Jellicent stays a Jellicent because you can boss around the ability. You can't boss around Frillish and the item lock from the attack. So I think you're actually more scared of Frillish than you are of Jellicent here, especially because you play 4 copies of Boss's Orders.
Yeah, great call out, Freya. Something that we will continue to keep an eye out on, as you do see a counter catcher now on that Genesect EX. You know, it's only got 220 HP, so it is an easier target. The only way to kind of knock this out, I mean, Gardevoird with a Monkey Dory push would push it to 220, right?
It would. Although, having said that, I think that Aaron is about to do a trick that is often done by these Gardevoird decks. Genesect is really annoying to retreat because it has a retreat cost of 2, and especially given that I believe, thinking back to it, the reason why Daniel didn't grab a second air balloon is that I think the other one's been discarded, so there's no easy way to retreat this other than Professor Tourist scenario. So I think, yeah, we're going to see Psychic Embrace onto this Drifloon, and it's going to be hitting this Genesect for not quite a KO, so you can take a multiple prize turn later, and that could be very strong.
Yeah, and recognizing what I mentioned earlier, there comes the Adrenabrain off the Gardevoird to move it out of range, or easier sort of range for the Gholdengo, and it's just a smack with that Balloon Blast, 30 times the number of damage counters on the Drifloon there. Right now, that Genesect up to 200 damage, 20 HP remaining.
Yeah, the maths has mathed beautifully there. Aaron has absolutely made the right call here, I believe. So it's just going to be on Daniel now. Can he find an out to retreat this Genesect? So there's no prime catcher, so that's not an option. You probably need to be finding one of those Professor Tourist scenario that he plays.
Yeah, and that could be a devastating turn if we get to that, because not only do you maneuver it from the active spot, you're healing all that damage, you're nullifying essentially that last turn.
It's a double whammy of devastation, really, if Daniel's able to find that. So what he needs to think about here is the way I play out this turn, how do I maximize my odds of finding that? We do know that one Professor Tourist scenario is prized, so there's only one left in the deck, which is going to hurt his odds a little bit, but he's digging through the deck as best he can. Earthen Vessels find a couple of energy. Okay, there's the other air balloon in the hand. Oh, okay, I completely missed it. Yeah, there it is. And also the picnic basket would work as well, because that would also kind of undo a lot of that damage and also heal Aaron's side to kind of prevent some of the damage being moved over that way. Let's see how he finds it here. There's the picnic basket, he finds it!
Yeah, incredible sort of pick up there as it heals both sides. An incredible inclusion in a lot of sort of these types of decks right now. Heal 30 damage from each Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. Now that Drifloon has 3 energies on it, and it's only got 3 damage counters on it. So to even ramp up even more damage, you're gonna need to find more Psychic Energies in the discard pile if we don't already have some. I believe there are some there, but it just kind of makes an awkward scenario where you could cause this Drifloon to have too many energies for that it needs.
It's a really... Picnic Basket makes Gardevoird's work so annoying for that exact reason. You have a bunch of energy on something that you really don't want it on anymore, but you can't even accelerate the damage on it in the same way you could before because of the way the maths works out with the multiples of 20. You'd have to maybe like use Adrenabrain, move over 1, and then do Psychic Embrace 2 more times to get to the maximum damage output of Drifloon. It's very, very awkward.
Yeah, it's one of those things we're going to continue keeping an eye out on as we do get a superior energy retrieval finally utilized here by Daniel. Now it's just kind of seeing what we're targeting. Boss's orders on the Gardevoird.
Now's the time. You've got the energy in hand. You KO the Gardevoird. You do it with the picnic basket to make a comeback really annoying. And you parry up the Mega Mawile as a backup as well. Daniel is doing his best to set up a checkmate board, and he's doing it beautifully. Make it rain. 7 energy discarded. 350 damage. 2 prize cards away from winning the game. Over to Aaron. How do you respond?
Yeah, and this way, by having Mega Mawile EX set up, this is what I liked about playing Mega Mawile just as a card in general, that gobble down attack, 80 times the number of prize cards you've taken, and you've taken 4, Daniel. It means you're dealing 80, 160, 240, 320 damage just by this Mega Mawile EX, and that's enough to take down pretty much any Pokemon in the format right now.
Like that could KO a Gardevoird in 1 hit. But who needs 7 energy for a Make It Rain? You can just do that. Goodness gracious.
Exactly. So even if the Jellicent comes up and locks you out of item cards, you can smack away with this Mega Mawile EX. Let's see how Aaron can play out this turn, though. Monkey Dory comes down with a Dark Energy and an instant Iono. You know how important that's going to be. We don't have Gardevoird live anymore, so we can't load up any more that energies onto that Drifloon to deal sort of more useful enough damage. Right now, only dealing 30 times 3, which is 90 damage. Oh, hits the rare candy. Gardevoird EX from the Iono.
That is exactly what he needed. So that combined with the Iono, and now I think this is going to be the move here. You use these Monkey Dory that you have not used their abilities yet. You use them and you move the damage over from this Jellicent over to your opponent's board to make it as healthy as possible. And then you attack with the Jellicent, put them on the item lock, and hope Daniel doesn't find an out.
I mean, Mega Marwow's powered up.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter, yeah. Oh, it was. So you had to combine that with some kind of gusting then, so they can't go into the active.
It probably needed to find a way to take out the Mega Marwow somehow, but that's a scary thing. But we're going to see a flip the script as well. Draw 3 more cards. Can this story be changed? Right now, Daniel's pushed himself in such an advantageous position.
I mean, if you don't find a way to gust, you can still try and risk it with the Jellicent and hope that Daniel doesn't find an energy to retreat. Then just not take the knockout. Yeah. And then just kind of take the win next. And that would be one way of doing it. But that is very awkward. There's no two ways about it.
You're going to need a couple of turns to try and maybe maneuver a position where you take multiple prize knockouts pretty soon over the next couple of turns as it goes Monkey Dory, Adrenabrain onto that Genesect, takes 2 prizes, goes down to 3 prize cards now. Is there a big way to take a massive knockout on a Mega Marwow? That'd be one way, but of course, at the moment, has used Iono, can't open up a bench space.
Yeah, Screen Tail is great, but not if your bench is full.
Yeah, and absolutely not. So maybe it's just a scenario that you just have to maybe go into.
If there was a counter catcher still available, maybe you could go ahead and Mind Bend, trying to confuse this Mega Marwow. But oh, hold on,
Psychic Embrace can't knock itself out. So
no.
You can only put 1 on there.
Yeah,
so go to 50.
Yeah, that's one. It was a restriction that Psychic Embrace specifically says you can't use it to knock out itself or the Pokemon you're attached to.
I think it was just trying to put to deal as much damage as possible.
Yeah.
For the moment, so we do have the Drifloon now up to 50 damage.
But this is what I was talking about earlier with the way the master comes awkward. Yeah, because you go from sort of being 10 short of yourself to 20 short of yourself, so it means that it's 1 less energy you can actually attach. So it's going to be 150. But no item lock is really, really brutal because Daniel has so many outs to find the win here.
Yeah, so maybe retreating into the Jellicent, maybe just getting a fairly weak sort of power press attack off so that you can't allow Daniel to hit any of the energy cards.
Wait, hold on a second. There's superior energy retrieval. How many energy are in the hand? Do we have enough for the KO already?
Do we have something in hand to maybe boss's orders as well?
Wait. Oh, no, this works as well. Just attach, retreat, go into the Mega Marwow. The boss's orders must be in hand, right?
Yeah, that must be it.
There it is. Boss's orders. Bring up the Pheasantipity, take the KO, and take the game. Daniel takes game 1.
Final 2 prizes. Mega Marwow gobble down on that Pheasantipity. And that'll be game 1 of Swiss Round 8 going to our Gdansk regional champion here, pushing himself 1 step closer to maybe taking himself to 6-1-1 record. And he has taken game 1 in pretty convincing fashion.
Yeah, Mega Marwow proving itself worth its weight in steel there. Absolutely phenomenal backup attacker. Let's go through that game 1 again.
Yeah, absolutely. We had that Soul Rock attacking and swinging away against that Frillish, able to take it down with Cosmic Beam because of that Vitality Band tool attachment to it. And then from then onwards, we had the attack from Aaron taking out the Soul Rock with that Monkey Dory, but Daniel, recognizing that Drifloon had that Bravery Charm attached, we're going to remove it from play. Picnic Basket was another incredible moment in this game that really just said, whatever you've done on your last turn, Aaron, I'm basically going to nullify it because you're not going to make it easy for you. Boss's orders also on the Gardevoird EX, and it was a big make it rain for 350 damage, 7 energies. Energy attachment was so crucial to that Mega Marwow EX as well. Gobbled down, being prepped and readied, going down to 2 prizes. And then even after just that slight bit of damage from that Drifloon, here comes Mega Marwow EX on that Pheasantipity.
Yeah, Mega Marwow, yes, finishing things off with the gobble down, and Aaron having to read it there. I think not got quite aware of what it did, but 320 damage is enough to KO Pheasantipity EX, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things that as you get a bit closer to taking all of your prizes, it's just there as a massive swing against loads of Stage 2 decks. I mean, I found it useful against decks like Dragapult EX, who are sometimes a bit slower as well, or even just as a Cornerstone Ogerpon EX out.
We talked about before about how finding a tech card that fills multiple roles at once and gives you value for that spot is really, really great. I tell you what's not great, Screen Tails and the prices again. Double rare candy, is that all of them?
No, there's 3 rare candy, double rare candy, 1 Frillish, 1 Scream Tail. Not too nice to be playing with. Aaron looks like he is going first here. It's always an interesting decision because sometimes we often see with Gardevoird, they like to go second to get the uses of a supporter as soon as possible. But if there's a way to try and get routes onto the board and you can kind of burst into your Gardevoirds with rare candy on your second turn whilst your opponent is still trying to set up, sometimes that could be advantageous as well, but has started the Mew, does have that free retreat pivot option into maybe going into a Frillish at some stage, whilst Daniel has opened that Mega Mawile EX.
Yeah, and wait, hold on. Wait, did Daniel instantly concede the game?
It does look like it. Was there maybe no other out? Or, oh, yeah, I think Daniel
What
just
was
saying...
that?
Daniel must have just been saying, my hand wasn't very strong. I want to give them best possible opportunity without even playing a turn. Daniel has made that decision. If this is, we'll get true confirmation as well. But I think Aaron there, we'll take it. We'll take those scenarios.
Is that the quickest concession we've ever seen on stream? There's got to be a contender, right?
I mean, you have to appreciate if that's the actual case, and it looks like to be, it's currently 1-1 in our Swiss round 8 here in phase 1 of the Stuttgart Regional Championships. Daniel deciding to very quickly scoop up and concede the game, but just to give himself the best opportunity and the most time. We've got just under 20 minutes to go, and that's one of those things where a lot of players just don't do that. They'll try and maybe see what the next card is, but Daniel recognizing maybe it's just better if I have a full 20 minutes to play a game free.
I mean, we didn't see what the hand was, but it must have been pretty atrocious if that was the decision made. Meanwhile, in the prize cards, oh, there we go. That's a bit better for, well, free energy isn't great for Daniel, but I mean, for both players, I think that they're going to be a lot more content with that.
So it looks like Aaron's going first once again. Daniel doesn't want to be under Frillish lock immediately as soon as he's played out his first turn. And Daniel here, right now, it's just going to be a pass from Aaron. No routes. Yeah. As we do see, look, the pace that Daniel's kind of playing. Gets that Genesect down, gets Arven down now as well, getting the chance to pick up an item card and a tool card of choice. Genesect on the board, so we'll be able to utilize that metallic signal as well. Get some more useful cards out of the deck, like the Gholdengo EXs. Maybe we'll be looking to try and build out that board state, though. Air Balloon and the Buddy Poffin. Sure, he's going to try and play down as many of those items as early and as soon as possible. Double Gibbeagle straight down there from Daniel.
Yeah, and I think very sensible grabbing the Air Balloon. You might even consider attaching that now, because there is a universe where Aaron just evolves straight away into Jellicent and puts it active. If you don't put down that Air Balloon, you might not be able to.
Yeah, absolutely. There's the Earthen Vessel discarding another Earthen Vessel, does get the Metal Energy onto the active, and will just use Minor Errand Running, allowing him to grab two energy cards from the deck and put them into the hand. I think it's just confirming exactly what's happened. Aaron, now back over to you. This is your turn too. Is holding the Gardevoird. What are we working? We've got Ultra Ball. Does have Lily's Determination, so we're going to get into the game. Does have that Jellicent, I think.
Yeah, they're there, right at the end of the hand. Yeah, well, the start of the hand, I guess.
Yeah, different way how you see it, different angles. There's the Jellicent. So again, didn't see the Air Balloon coming down, so maybe recognizing that and going, I might as well evolve this up now and make you can't retreat away. Yeah,
and hold on a second. I was going to say, he was this close to discarding the rare candy. Wait, no, never mind. That was game two. Yeah, that was game 2. So all 3 rare candies are available now, so that's absolutely fine. But in game 2, that could have been a different story.
Absolutely. Screamtail no longer hiding in the prizes like we saw in game 1 and the very brief game 2 that we had, as Aaron gets a chance finally to work out what is prize, what he has access to. And this is going to be, maybe we're in for a game here for Aaron, I think.
I think so as well. Now, the decision is still interesting in terms of the discards, because he discarded the Lydic Clefairy and the Night Stretcher. What this telegraphs to me is that I think Aaron wants to keep this rare candy Gardevoird in hand. I mean, because otherwise, so you have a Lilies there, so like, why would you discard the other cards where you can just keep the Night Stretcher for the flexibility of what to get back?
Yeah, I think
just I guess keep him in the deck, right?
If there wasn't, keep him in the deck. If there wasn't energy in the hand, I could see Aaron just attaching to the Munkidora and retreating to the Jellicent EX and then just passing. But because there wasn't an energy, just keeping them in the deck as options to draw with Lily's Determination. Remember, because one of those cool things about this great supporter that's come into the deck is you shuffle your hand back into the and draw 8, rather than anything like Professor's Research, where you would pitch them away, which maybe then you would have Ultra Balled away that Gardevoird and then just pitch the rare candy away and hope you hit one of them later.
Yeah, I guess depending if you know what your prizes are. Oh, hold on a second. Is that it's good? Just has it back there in hand already.
Yeah.
So the decision already paying off. Although having said that, you could have maybe increased your outs even further if you know that both Gardevoird are available to you. Maybe that's why you didn't take this risk. Strictly speaking, like we were talking about earlier, discarding the Gardevoird means you have more outs to it afterwards because you can find the Ultra Ball for the second Gardevoird, the Gardevoird itself, or the Night Stretcher. But in this instance, it's paying off.
Rather than Ultra Balling away, the other card was that one of the Night Stretchers.
Yeah.
Could have held on to it, but it's fine. We're okay. We're hit into hand right now anyway, so let's get that energy, I'm sure, to the active, and maybe we're going to have to maneuver into this Jellicent as soon as possible. Arden going for the second routes now.
That's big.
Protecting the board state, because that's obviously so key on future turns, especially if we do have rare candy Gardevoird in hand as well. So now it's just all down to how Aaron's going to play this out. I imagine it's going to be the Psychic Energy attached and then just maneuver into the Jellicent, just try and slow the game down a bit.
Or that works too. Maybe Aaron thinking, I don't necessarily... Item lock obviously is important to set up, but I don't value it as much right now because you can just draw your way out of it and use boss's orders, which Daniel just drew as well. So it kind of ended up being a correct decision because Daniel would have had the out regardless.
Yeah, but could have made them expend it.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes a little bit awkward often, but we do have Gholdengo is now all active and live as we do see the first coin bonus in the active.
Did you keep boss's orders with that?
Possibly. I mean, there are 4 in the deck, Fred. There's a lot of them. All coin bonuses used. Odds are now being played here now as well. Getting Lunatone prepped. Soul Rock getting prepped as well. We've got Nest Ball for the Soul Rock. So now we've got Lunar Cycle live. We've got Cosmic Beam live. But it's likely just going to be utilizing that Gholdengo to start swinging away and causing havoc on Aaron's board.
And I have to draw attention to something here. I am a huge fan of how lightning fast Daniel's playing. Like, this is a man on a mission to finish this game within time. And he's doing everything physically possible he can to make sure that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's sometimes a key trait with a lot of our players, especially when we know that we only have the 1 additional turn after time as well. And, you know, sometimes when you are playing at pace, it's a bit hard for you or sometimes your opponent to follow. And that's why we do sometimes just get a quick question like, oh, yeah, where you grabbed of that? Or what have you gotten with that Fighting Gong? There comes a Night Stretcher now suddenly coming down. No Fighting Energy to hand. And just playing all those items now that he needs to. He's not going to expend the Superior Energy Retrieval if he doesn't have to right now, of course.
Yeah.
Vitality Band, again, attached to the Soul Rock.
Yeah, well, again, while you can, right? Oh, although another way to deal with the item lock, just KO the item locker.
This is why I kind of maybe thought you would have put the Jellicent in the active, but that's 2 big prizes from the Gholdengo EX there. Daniel going down to 4 prizes, removing the Jellicent EX from play. Here comes the rare candy. I mean, Aaron's playing just as fast. It looked like that rare candy slammed down for Gardevoird into the active spot. But 6 energy cards there utilized to just actually take out that item locking, tool locking Pokemon from Aaron's side of the board.
Yeah, and now the decision becomes, I mean, Aaron's hand is not great here. I guess you just have to go for the latest determination and hope you find something, but it's Daniel had as aggressive a turn as he needed to. Yeah, maybe this is the answer here. Maybe you just go for this Frillish again and you try to slow Daniel down that way. Maybe you combine with a Hand Disruptor, but you don't have a Hand Disruptor.
No, not right now. So just deciding which route to go down. Just eyeing up either of his attackers, which is Screamtail or Drifloon, or potentially that Frillish to try and slow the game down at some point. But it all comes down to the resources that Daniel has been able to utilize so far.
Yeah, and he's going to go for the Screamtail. Did have the TM Devolution in hand, but opting not to use it just yet. Hasn't been able to set up the board really to make use of it, so going to keep it for later and go for another Laser Determination. Not taking a prize card yet, so will still be able to draw the full 8 cards from this, and he's going to need a lot to pull off his comeback.
I mean, the scary thing, Aaron would have looked at all of the energies that Daniel's expended so far. There's 1 on the Gholdengo. There's 6 that was utilized for the knockout on the Jellicent. There are actually 3 prize, Freya. So that's a total of 10 energies. And Daniel plays 11. So we're not going to see the only 6 that we're going to be working with from the discard pile. And then the 1 that's remaining somewhere in deck or hand. I
mean, if Aaron was able to see Daniel's prize card, he might be able to actually go for that, but not the case here. But does have the secret box?
I mean, item lock might not be a terrible direction to go down right now. Secret box pitching away that technical machine devolution. We get a counter catcher alongside a bravery charm. I mean, even going into a counter catcher and then a Frillish turn isn't that bad.
Well, as long as he can do it, right? Yeah, find the Ino for next turn. You definitely need a little bit of hand disruption, but now just a stadium to find.
Yeah, it's already chosen the Screamtail from the Artisan.
Yeah, so but you can maybe go for a Mystery Garden.
Yeah, very true.
Draw some more cards, but no, gonna get nothing, it looks like.
Yeah, just the 3 cards there from the secret box, not even using it to full value, as we do get the Bravery Charm onto that Screamtail now. Oh, the counter catch on the Jellicent EX. Just try and make things that little bit harder.
Oh, hold on, Mystery Guns in hand, that's why he didn't go for it.
Oh, there you go.
Only plays one of each, I believe. It's very common in these decks to only play one of each.
Absolutely, and that's one way to just kind of burst through some of the cards in your deck as well. He was already considering just semi-pitching away that Iono there. Pitches away the other Night Stretcher now, which is...
He seems to always want to discard it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe doesn't need to do so. But yeah, grabs 2 further Psychic Energy. Has already attached... I think he's already attached a turn to the active Gardevoird as well. Something I just need to kind of double-check and follow across. Because
I do believe so as well, yeah.
Otherwise, I would have questioned what were the attachment, or maybe not.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, there you go.
It was.
I am following the game. There you go. Mystery Garden to place down now, bumping his own Artisan, and now can draw up to 5 cards with a discard of any energy card from your hand.
But of course, you're going to discard the Psychic. Get more there for the Psychic Embrace. Oh, that's 2 pretty good draws.
Yeah, and we can keep loading up the discard pile. That Screamtail will potentially be able to actually swing away for massive amounts of damage.
And oh, this is such a nice combo here as well. This is the best Gardevoird players do this very, very well. You chain your energy discards in a way where you just bank as many psychic energies as possible in a discard pile, so you have the maximum amount of versatility with the Psychic Embrace.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bravery Charm adding 50 HP to the Screamtail does take it to 140. With Psychic Embrace, you can go to a maximum 120 without any sort of awkward Monkey Dory shenanigans, meaning you're dealing 240 damage there. And then if you've got any more sort of Monkey Dory sort of Adrenabrains to use, you can actually do 270. You can actually take a knockout on a Gholdengo EX this turn.
Yeah, and I think that is what Aaron is going for here. I think he's realizing there is not enough time left on the clock for me to try and win a game by just doing item lock. So instead, Ultra Balls for this Pheasantipity EX, flips the script, draws 3 cards, finds a Professor Tourist scenario. That could be big later on.
Yeah, there's the Psychic Embrace to the active there to remove over to the Screamtail now. So just with that Monkey Dory from that Gardevoird to the Gholdengo, you are dealing 260 damage. There's 4 of them. Does need 1 more? Is that 5?
That's no, that's 8. So it does need 1 more.
There's only 4 energies. Needs 1 more.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go. There's 10. So that's going to be now 200 damage.
So it does need 1 more for the 240, which is what I've mentioned earlier. There you go. So that will be 240 damage now, because it's 20 times the number of damage counts on your Pokemon. Does now need to utilize the Adrenabrain if we want to take out a Gholdengo and bring the prize race to 4 prizes each. Here we go. Monkey Dory, Adrenabrain off the Gardevoird onto the Gholdengo with the Metal Energy on it, and then a roaring scream for a knockout here, taking the prize race to 4 prizes each. Just over 8 minutes to go. We'll see if we can find an actual winner in this game 3 here after Daniel Magda's 20-second concession.
Yeah, I think that 20-second concession might end up being one of the wisest ones that we've seen, especially given that Aaron has been forced to take this route where he can't slow the game down with a Frillish or a Jellicent, because Daniel focused down on that so quickly, and that now means that Daniel has access to all of his items, and he's going to make use of every single one of them to take a big KO here.
Yeah, this is kind of the scary thing. I mean, there's an easy target that Aaron has put onto the board with that Pheasantipity to get 2 further prizes as well. Or do you just go full gung-ho and maybe try and take out that Gardevoird EX that's currently in play, leaving yourself with just that kind of easier Pheasantipity target later down the line?
I think with the hand size being what it is and knowing that you're going to get Ionoed, I think you want your last KO to be something that needs less resources. So I actually do like going for the Gardevoird first here, especially because it also, sure, Aaron can draw 3 cards from the flip the script, but I think denying the Gardevoird potentially is more important here.
But at that stage, I wonder if then Aaron will pivot the direction and maybe utilize some of those Frillish item locking at some stage. But, you know, let's see how Daniel plays this out. First, of course, there was a secret box being utilized. Superior Energy Retrieval, Artisan, and an Arven put to hand right now. Superior Energy Retrieval pitching away Arven and a Gholdengo. Gets 4 energies from the discard pile. Needs the Metal Energy to be able to attack. Lunar Cycles first. 3 more cards. Seriously, there's so many cards being drawn here just because of all of those Pokemon that is currently in play.
Oh, hold on a second, though. I don't think Daniel actually has a second Superior Energy Retrieval. I think he might have missed it.
Could be a bit big. Has used Pheasantipity already. So just kind of double checking what direction we go down. Picnic Basket just to kind of heal the 30 off that Screamtail.
That's smart. It does mean it'll do less damage, I guess. Oh, do you have to KO the Screamtail here?
It's the direction.
I see no way to get more energy.
But it looks like we're going to boss his orders onto the routes.
Yeah, okay, that also works, to be fair. It's another way to kind of try and further deny energy acceleration from the Psychic Embrace later on. I think this is a good backup plan.
Yeah, so with the heal of the Screamtail, there's a knockout on the routes for now. We're just kind of progressing the board state. Screamtail here only currently doing 180 damage right now. So there's not many more psychic energies in the discard pile. So there's a loaded up 6 energies on that Screamtail. And typically they play 7.
I think there's literally none. I think the last psychic energy is still in the deck or in the hand.
Yeah, exactly that. So there's a top deck for a rare candy. Not useful for the moment, of course. I think Aaron's going to have to be working with maybe just this Gardevoird EX for the moment, which isn't a terrible thing to be doing for the moment because you still do have an attacker, but you just need to start chaining how you best play this because 6 energies loaded on the Screamtail can cause it to be those energies to be a bit stranded.
Yeah, although having said that, we just mentioned earlier how Aaron did draw into that Professor Turris scenario. That would be one way to get the energies back into the discard pile. When you play the Turris scenario, the cards attached go to the discard, so that could be a way to get them back in there so you can Psychic Embrace them to something else.
Yeah, but then does remove that Bravery Charm from the active Screamtail. That's kind of the awkward spot, but do we have the second Bravery Charm in hand? It looks like we just Ultra Balled for the Drifloon here. So maybe we're eyeing up just a massive KO on the active spot here. Is there a Bravery Charm in hand? I think I might have saw a little inkling of it.
There's a Turris scenario.
What's that last card?
Oh, come on, show us.
No, maybe it's an Arvin. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit short.
Oh, but hold on a second. You could go ahead and use Double Monkey Dory before using the Screamtail. Before picking up Screamtail or the Turo, because that damage is going to be gone anyway. You might as well use it before he heals off. Flip the script for free cards, though.
Psychic, Iona.
There's a third card.
Oh, go! Massive!
Of the last card of the flip the script, that's huge.
Massive pickup. That would allow that Professor Churro scenario plan to work. Could have used the Monkey Dory damage to maybe cause some more havoc first, but we get the Bravery Charm onto the Drifloon, and now we can load it with that Psychic Embrace. It looks like we're just putting the Gardevoird active first. Let's get some damage counters on the board. Yeah, they're realizing maybe I could have just done this and saved the damage on that Gardevoird, but here we go. Drifloon does also have the opportunity to attach the other Dark to the Monkey Dory as well, so can fully heal the Gardevoird once it retreats. Yeah, there it is.
It's kind of a roundabout way to the same outcome, but you do get to move 2 less damage over, so, you know.
Yeah, but maybe it doesn't matter too much. But here we go, Drifloon. We're getting loaded up with all those energies. The other energies are currently still on the Gardevoird from the retreat. Don't forget that.
Yep.
As well.
Yeah, you're going to need to discard those.
Yeah, it's still just stuck on that Gardevoird. Come on, make sure we move it. Someone help him. But right now it's only 80 times 3. It's 240 damage, I guess, with the Adrenabrains. It's still okay.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, here we go. So this could be a massive turn here, taking the next 2 prizes, pushing yourself 2 prizes closer. Monkey Dory damage being utilized and moved over. There you go, 20 to the active. And the other Monkey Dory Adrenabrain now. Just chuck it on the other Gholdengo, maybe? Or maybe the... Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, onto the Fezzo goes to 190. That means a Miracle Force can knock it out. Yeah, I think that's a fair cop.
And a massive knockout there. Balloon Blast taking out the active Gholdengo EX. Taking himself 2 prizes closer. Daniel back up against the wall here. Has 3 prizes to take. Missed the Superior Energy Retrieval, which could have been so crucial on that previous turn.
Yeah, that was a really, really big miss there. Daniel's not out of it by any means. We can't forget that this Jellicent Gardevoird deck doesn't play a ton of gusting options, but maybe the Screamtail could be a way to finish off, especially combined with the Monkey Dory.
So maybe you have to swing away with a Soul Rock?
Maybe. Either that or maybe to deny... No, do you know what you really want to do here? You just want to use a gusting card and take out this Gardevoird, because there isn't enough way to manipulate damage that involves... that doesn't involve some kind of a Psychic Embrace. You basically, if you take out the Gardevoird, I think you deny there being enough damage for Aaron to win the game. I think.
Unless you find the boss's orders on the Pheasantipity. 80 times 3 is 240. You are taking out either Genesect or Pheasantipity there.
But you know your opponent is likely not playing boss's order. Okay, there is... How many copies in there? One. Okay, but this is quite unusual for Gardevoird Jellicent. Most Gardevoird Jellicents are playing 0, so that would be very... I mean, have we seen Aaron play it? Yeah, I can't remember, actually.
No, I don't think we have, but, you know, it's one of those things that, yeah, you can't account for every card in your opponent's deck, as we do see this Rear Energy Retrieval now, pitching away one of those Solrock and a Mega Mobile. Yes, 4 to 4 energies does have plenty to work with. Yeah, I feel like we're just going to have to try and take down the Gardevoird here and slow down.
One card left in deck. Goodness gracious me. I mean, there has to be a boss in hand, right? There's no way.
But at that point, when you're expending all of those energies, I guess Aaron technically could try and go down the route of just Frillish and make you draw twice.
Yeah, I guess so.
But what else can you do? You get the attachment to the Gholdengo EX to the active. Boss's orders on the Gardevoird. We need 7 energies.
There they
7
are.
energies. Make it rain for a massive knockout on the Gardevoird. Now it's over to you, Aaron. Can you take the victory here? 1 minute 20 on the clock. Daniel has 1 prize left. He will get 1 turn if Aaron does not win this turn here. Let's see how this pans out.
I think that with, again, like I was saying earlier, with no Gardevoird on the field, I don't think there's enough ways to manipulate your damage, even with the attackers you have on board, to take the win here, because the more damage you take off the Drifloon with the Monkey Dories, the less damage you're doing with the attack.
Well, actually, well, we still just need Boss's orders. That's the only thing we can do here.
Yeah.
Is Boss's orders in the discard pile? I don't think I've seen it yet. Does have flip the script for the draw. And is there any other options? If not, do we just have to go down the angle of Frillish and maybe utilize that item locking attack, that Oceanic Gloom as an option there? Maybe just to weaken things for the moment or slow the game. But we do have Flip the Script live.
We do. There are many a supporter in hand, not Boss's orders.
Not that one-off Boss's orders. That's what we really want. Maybe you just flip the script first. I mean, Boss's orders would be the win, right? 80 damage on the Drifloon.
Yeah.
Times 30 for the actual attack, Balloon Blast. Kind of double checking what's in there. Is Boss's orders in there? There it is. Boss's orders. He's got 8 cards in deck, I think. So maybe, taking 1 out, of course. 7 cards in deck. You're just under 50% of actually drawing it with flip the script. And that could be one way. This could be a vital last turn. I mean, time has now been called. This is the final turn of time for Aaron, and Daniel will get 1 more turn.
Yeah. Aaron gives the deck to the judge for the shuffle, doing it Tord style. He is out of his hands now. The judge is going to shuffle the deck, and it's going to be flip the script for 3 cards to find this Boss's orders to take the game and the match.
So here we go. Is there anything else we can do in the hand? Probably not, right?
Well, you don't want a super rod, right? That would be a terrible idea.
Absolutely not. So I think it's just got to be this play. It's got to be done. We're going to have to flip the script. Can we turn this game on its head?
Flip the script. 3 cards drawn to find a game. 1, 2.
That's not it. Final card.
1 chance. No.
He's missed it. Now the game plan changes.
Hold on a second. Does Aaron have enough ways to thin cards out of his hand to go for this Mew EX?
He just gets the Mew. I mean, very unlikely. Because there's so many supporters in hand.
Yeah.
Again, if I was Aaron here, I would have gone for this, maybe the Super Rod into Ultra Ball for a Frillish.
I mean, there's a Frillish on the board.
Oh yeah, there's Frillish. Yeah. There you go. Fine.
So I guess that's what you do instead, right? I think it would probably get you a tie.
It was one of those unfortunate scenarios because that Boss's orders was the next card. It was almost just losing just under 50%. But it's just.
But you have to go for it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
It was it's a flip of the coin in reality, but now just double checking the resources that Daniel has utilized already, has access to Frillish already on the board, has energy in hand. So now it's just kind of seeing how we're going to end up playing this turn out, because this is where it could be a little bit interesting to either completely slow the game down. There's the retreat, surely.
That is into Frillish.
And then attachment and Iono.
I guess it has to be that, right?
Not many other, but there are other supporter choices. There's energy in, it doesn't need a psychic energy. That is a dark energy.
No, it's a psychic.
It's a psychic.
Yeah, not.
Hello?
Do you opting not to attach it? Hold on. Oh, wait, what? Surely you have to item lock here. Huh?
Unless we're more in. I think maybe he's just realized.
Oh no!
And he's just double checked that it was in hand there.
Oh, Aaron, misreading the hand.
And there's definitely no energies in those last few cards. We know one of them's a Boss's orders.
Oh no, Aaron! From a potential victory to a potential tie, now to a potential loss.
That's one way how Benjamin Yard would have described as momentum there. We do see the Monkey Dory Adrenabrains over to the Pheasantipity. Now over to Daniel. This is the +1 turn of time. Here we go. We do have the first coin bonus. We know that deck is spin as well.
In hand already.
And Boss's orders has just been picked up. Is that enough? There we go.
You just KO'd your active. You only need 1 prize card.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep, so 1 superior energy retrieval does the trick, make it rain, takes the KO, and Daniel Magda squeaks it out in an absolutely mind-blowing end.